You've got no excuse, have you?
Not really have an excuse.
And you,
but I still eat a bit of chicken.
you're a bird spotter. You've just been complaining about. Can you not see the hypocrisy?
No, chicken shouldn't even.
No?
I've seen it before.
Yeah? Are you meat eaters, would you say? Do you eat meat?
I eat meat, but I don't really like meat.
No? Do you ever think about where it comes from? Slaughterhouses, factory farms? Yeah? So would you see chickens, pigs, cows? Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I'm a vegan. Yeah. We're just sort of here today, just educating people, just sort of showing you where your food comes from. This is all standard practice in the UK. A lot of this footage we're showing.
So like the normal meat in the UK, that's like it comes from like that.
Yeah. So this.
So like when you get like halal meat and stuff, is it a different procedure? Because in it like they bleed it out or something like that first on. Because I'm not.
The farming is usually the same, so they all come from the same farms.
Is it just a killing procedure?
I think the killing's different, yeah, they don't stun them, do they? So they don't stun them first,
yeah.
They kill them alive.
Yeah, they cut their throats, don't they?
Yeah, but in reality, a lot of the stuff we do, when they stun them, because so far down the kill line, they've reawakened anyway, so, you know, they're not always stunned properly, non-halal anyway, so it makes no difference. The animals still suffer. Do you eat pigs, bacon, sausages? Yeah. Could you do that job, do you think? No?
Maybe not that job.
No? Can you see the...
Pigs could speak, eh?
I know.
Probably
Can you
not.
see the connection though? Like when you buy sausages and bacon, you know, you give these industries the money to do this. Can you see that sort of connection there? Yeah?
See how it...
I can't watch stuff like that.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? You should be vegan then.
No, you should. She likes cheeseburgers too much.
Do you?
No.
You do, don't lie.
I couldn't be vegan.
No? What's hard about it, would you say? What would stop you doing it?
I've actually never tried vegan food.
Have you ever tried vegan food?
That's my
No?
issue.
Oh, right, wow.
That's what I mean. Like, some people say it tastes the same, so like, but I've never tried it, that's what I mean.
You be the judge, yeah. Go on. There's so...
I'd be a pescatarian.
Yeah?
I'd be one of them, but that's...
You don't think fish suffer?
Yeah, sea's big enough, I guess.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of dead zones in it now, though, obviously, because of fishing.
That's true.
And with fishing, they use big trawler nets. They catch dolphins, turtles, sharks. So it's not just the fish that suffer. It's a lot of other animals as well.
I would love to try it.
Yeah, give it a go. In the shops now, there's like vegan aisles, isn't there? There's loads of choice. Even in McDonald's now, KFC, loads of choice. But yeah, food for thought anyway, next time you have a look at something. See you later, thank you.
What we do to animals, we're trying to give animals the right to their own life and autonomy and stop using them as objects. I think it's really damaging to the environment.
Preaching to the converted already. Really.
Are you vegan then?
No, I can't. I'm not going to make that claim. I'm not really. I do still sometimes, but you know, I'm in the Rspb, a big bird watcher.
Right.
I also have I was speaking to someone about dogs the other day. Curlews, 8 million curlews on the Humber.
Yeah.
20 years ago. But because of our overuse of pets as a symbol in our lives, there's now only 1 million breeding pairs left. 7 million gone within the space of 20 years. And it's quite strange. I was going through the book. There's so many kids. I've had this book since I was about 16, and I've been ticking.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm nearly 60 now.
I'm 54, so I'm only 5 years behind you.
Yeah. And I had it, and I've been ticking off all the birds. And I went. The weird thing is, all those original ticks were for birds that were common.
Yeah.
But if you were to now go through that book again, you'd find nearly 80% of those birds are now rare.
Yeah.
Because of over farming, because of the way they've changed.
Do you know why farmland is taking over so much of the planet? Do you know why we do so much agriculture now?
Well, no, I mean, I'd say it's overpopulation as well. Simplify it.
I'm going to give you a fact now, and it's probably blow your mind.
But I think also, because people are after sort of a protein, they don't need through meat.
yeah. I mean, we don't need protein from meat to start with,
exactly,
but we're growing enough food to feed 85 billion land animals a year. That shouldn't be here. We're artificially breeding them into existence. So we've got 85 billion land animals that shouldn't be here. We're growing enough crops to feed those 85 billion land animals. There's only 7 billion humans on the planet. So it doesn't take a lot to do the maths.
No.
We're ripping down swathes of rainforests to grow food to feed animals that in turn feed less people. And it's just crazy what we're doing. And what we're trying to do here is highlight the cruelty that's involved with it to start with. And also, animal agriculture is one of the leading causes of animal extinction. I think it's a few hundred species go extinct every single day because of this, and we don't need it to live. When you said you wouldn't make the claim to be vegan, why? What's stopping you? Tell me what's stopping you. What is it that you still have that stops you being vegan?
Probably convenience.
What?
To be honest with you, probably convenience.
Convenience. Do you know, that really surprises me. Do you know why? Because you can walk into any shop now and get a vegan option. There's a myriad. There's 25 different milks in the supermarkets now. There's plant-based chicken, everything you eat as a meat eater, I can get as a vegan option now in the supermarkets.
No. I mean, both my sisters are fully vegan.
You've got no excuse, have you?
I don't really have an excuse. But I still eat a bit of chicken.
You're a bird spotter. You've just been complaining about. Can you not see the hypocrisy?
No, chicken shouldn't even exist, really.
That's not right. How dare you? How dare you?
I know, because they shouldn't really exist in the form they are. We've taken them from.
But you know they've still got the same instincts and same language as the original chicken, which is the red. It's a red rooster, isn't it? A red something, red jungle fowl. That's where all chickens come from, and they're very intelligent birds, and they're amazing birds. But we've adapted chickens now. They should only lay about 10 or 12 eggs a year. They're laying nearly 50, 60 a year, nearly one a day, and it zaps the body. It just drains the body of calcium.
I actually kept my own chickens, so I never bought eggs. I still don't buy eggs, actually. I won't buy eggs because I don't know where they come from. Even all those happy eggs that
they come from the bottom of a chicken. Eggs.
No, I'm talking about the environment.
Yeah.
Don't be facetious. So I am 5 years older than you.
I'll give you that then. I'll give you some respect for that. I'll give you some respect for that.
But so I never actually. I'd never buy.
So that's your only justification, convenience?
Well, I'm not going to say justification. I'm going to say what I still do. That's what I still do.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not sure if I can justify it, because obviously.
You've said, you bird spotter, you're part of the Rspb, yet you still contribute to the murder of millions of chickens every day, and it's like, doesn't that hypocrisy hit home or anything? I mean, is it just the fact that you've got to change your shopping habits, which you can do quite easily, and then once you've changed those habits, you'll be walking into the supermarket just like I do, my friend, and just pick up the things I need, which it's all set out for you there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I worry more on a sort of lower level. I know you say on there you've got everything, but the most important ecosystem we're killing, and that's sort of like. I know people don't like little insects, but they're my sort of biggest concern.
What's that?
Insects.
Insects?
Yeah.
What do you mean? A concern for them?
Yeah, you're going to think I'm being a bit facetious.
No, not at all. Go on, you tell me.
They're our biggest loss. Unfortunately, they're not a big seller, are they? From a key point of view, but they're our biggest loss. Bees.
So you don't have anything with honey in them?
No, I don't.
You don't have anything with honey, so you do check?
No, not that I wouldn't, but I just don't, because I just don't like honey.
Yeah, but I mean, you do know it's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Without you knowing. So do you check everything to make sure it's not got honey in?
No, of course I don't.
No, this is what I mean. Of course you don't. So you could be contributing unknowingly.
Do you check that all your plants are
Yes.
not made by honey-resourced
Yes, I do.
insects?
Yes,
so
I
they're
do.
not pollinated by bees?
Only naturally. Only naturally. So, for instance, I'll give you an example.
I don't know how you can differentiate.
Well, I can tell you how I can differentiate, because the almond market, the almond farms in America, they have to transport bees to thousands of hives of bees to pollinate the almond farms, and then they ship them back. It causes great distress to the bees. It's not great, and I won't buy that milk now. So yes, I try and differentiate. It's not about being perfect, being a vegan. It's nothing to do with. It's nothing perfection. It's trying to. Really, does it? Does it? In what way?
Because I don't mind. You had me up to the moment where you went. Do you look for anything in honey? And I think you're not that perfect.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, I've made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
A lot of mistakes. I mean, I drive cars with tyres that have got animal products in. I do. I have to. I drive a wagon for a living.
I have to. Never drive a car. I don't.
But I came here on the tram. So
not today. I had to get the bus. Actually.
Yeah, I got on the tram.
I won't use any car. I don't believe in cars. I only use public transport. Always have. For 40 years. But I can drive.
Yeah. Well, I drive for a living, so I've got no choice. But yeah, I mean.
And I cycle, although it's difficult in here. I usually cycle through the summer actually because I don't like paying the cost.
So you're more environmentally friendly than I am.
No, not particularly, because no one can be. And as I say, people like I mean, you'd have to read the research. The problem is most of our birds are going out of existence. A lot of them are going out of existence, really, just because the food chain at the very bottom, the invisible food chain that no one really gives a shit about, and they really don't. I bet you don't look at me and think, fucking hell, they're cute. I really worry about them.
I look at what?
Because our food chain is all driven, or is falsely driven now, really, when you look at things like rape fields and stuff like that, where, frankly, most of our native species of insects don't even know what to do with that. They go, what this is, what's it doing? So you have all those fields and fields and fields where people drive past and say, you see, we've got nature, we've got no because most of our native species can't live in any of those crops.
But I mean, there's another argument for you though. There's another argument for you to really try and go down the plant-based route and the vegan route, is because, like I said before, 65% of the land mass used for growing crops is used to grow food to feed animals. Now, if we were to, all the world would go vegan, we could rewild those and give it back to nature. And that would be the ideal situation. And that's what we're going to need to do.
Although sadly some of it's lost and will never return.
Yeah, of course. I mean, for a start, sheep chew further down on the grass seed, grass shoots so they're responsible for massive soil erosion problems that we've got, and which leads on to flooding, and there's a lot to it. But I mean, you said I lost you, but I mean, have I lost you really, or is it something you're really thinking about?
No, but I will consider it, because I have been in and out. To be honest with you, when I lived on Shetland, for 7 years.
Wow, it's a beautiful place up there.
And I never ate meat there at all.
Did you not? I'm surprised. Do you know why it surprised me?
I think. I had time.
Wow.
And so it was like, it was a different life.
I mean, there's only meat to eat up there, isn't there? In Shetland, it's like one of the biggest farming sort of islands going, really.
No, it's biggest. Well, when you say meat, you mean fish?
Yeah.
Fish. You get a lot of fish.
I mean, do you eat fish?
Yeah, I will do. I'm not a great lover of it, to be honest with you. It's not that. It's like I've just done a Camino in Spain, and they kept trying to give me octopus, and I won't eat octopus because they're so lovely.
Did you watch that film?
I did. It was beautiful.
Unreal. And most fish are intelligent as well.
No, but fish are intelligent. I won't fish myself. I remember taking my dad loved his fishing, and my son wanted to go, and I think after he went the first time, they saw the blood and he went, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I don't like it." So he had a natural sort of, Do
you know, someone did a comparison of that, and they said, "All right, then let's reverse it. Let's say there's a fish in the water and it's got a fishing rod, and it throws a hook out with some dog meat on, and the dog gets it, and they reel that dog in." put it underwater, it gas for air for a few minutes, and then they throw it back out again.
Yeah.
That's exactly what fishing is. We drag animals out of the water, they suffocate, and then we think, well, no, it's fine. Even though we've hooked them through the mouth, we take the hook out and put them back. That's fine, but it's not.
I'd sort of agree, but for me, it's sort of the opposite. It's a sort of, if you took humanity back 100,000 years, and a human was going out small, you know, people were staying back picking berries and nuts, someone went out, killed something, salted the meat up, and so on and so forth, because that's how they existed, and that's how they exist, and I don't really care. I have no particular great issue with that. I guess, and this is where maybe sometimes I really do have to consider it myself, is that the difference is now we have the knowledge and the ability to create an option that means we do not need to be within that food chain, because we may have needed to be in it, you know, even maybe 2,000 years ago. You know, because we didn't have that capacity to develop, as you say, vegan stuff which existed.
Well,
we didn't have the knowledge. The
but
knowledge wasn't there. So,
but the thing is, what I'd like to say with that is that, I mean, the majority of the stuff. Let's go back to the caveman days. It was vegan. They were eating nuts, seeds, berries, roots.
Exactly
you know,
They may have used But you know, like if you do an anthropology point of view, normally it's because berries and nuts and so on the trees, but they may have salted stuff to carry.
Yeah, of course they would, because
you know,
they had to go with the seasons. But what the difference with us now is that we can walk in the supermarket and we've got thousands and thousands of different products there. All right, it's going to be shipped in, maybe it's going to be like grown under greenhouses in false conditions, but we've still got that choice now, so we do not need to eat meat. We do not need to be doing this to animals. And that's what we're trying to get through to people, and maybe get them to change, and people like yourself maybe just go to that little bit of extra effort, check shit out, and then once you get used to it, it's just like a normal shop, and you'll find that it becomes easy then, and it is convenient. It really is convenient.
No, it is, and I do know morally it's wrong when, as I say, I'm a great believer in everything being a sentient being. You know, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean I don't think a lion should get all hippie and not eat a llama.
No.
You know, that's something not llama. You know, there are realities to it. I don't like false realities. I think people have far too many pets. Way too many pets.
Well, cats are responsible for a lot of bird deaths now, because there's too many cats in a small area, and it's not right.
Yeah, sort of. The biggest problem is nest disturbance. Birds can normally put up with cats because they're not as stupid as people think.
Of course.
A blackbird knows what a cat is, and it knows what a dog is. So I mean, I had a border collie, and the blackbirds would feed next to him because they know he's not gonna. Yeah,
he's not a threat.
Just they got used to him, but if they saw the neighbour's cat, they'd go, I know that will kill for no purpose. It has a kill instinct, which it can't stop. But sensitive breeding grounds, unfortunately, some of the birds like curlews, redneck phalaropes, bearded tits, and so on and so forth, they will abandon nests on disturbance. They will just abandon them, and then the season's lost.
Definitely.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk away, but I'm going to
have a think. Well, listen, can I just give you one thing? Right, it's a card. Go on 3movies.wtf, put in that's the wrong one, that's last week's code. Put in Dan03, and there's 3 suggestions for movies there. One of them is Seaspiracy, and it's a documentary. Have you watched it?
I've watched Seaspiracy.
Sweet. There's a couple more on there.
I mean, actually, it's one of the reasons. In fact, I was going to mention it before, but I didn't want to drag it on because I know you're the captain.
Not at all. It's great talking to you.
Me and my wife sort of we just thought no more fish. We're having no more fish, and keeping in mind that we could have had sort of fresh fish out of the sea in Shetland, but it was my son who's in the Merchant Marine, still in Shetland. And he's the one who pointed it to us. He went, watch this.
Wow.
It's an absolute disgrace.
Has he acted on that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's acted on it as well.
Yeah. But like I say, it's quite strange. I guess it's only me and my eldest son, Josh, who are still... I I don't know what it is. We still sort of like sometimes, but actually when we got all this and that, we tend to only actually, when I think about it, we actually only had the vegetarian curry, so I don't know what the problem is. We ever got all this and that, the small curry house in the Northern Quarter.
Oh, yes, I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
So we go there usually every Friday. But I must admit, I only had the curry.
There's one called the Vegan Shack on Piccadilly.
Yeah,
and they do kebabs, they do chicken strips, they do everything you can find at McDonald's and all the kebab shops. Amazing, blow your mind. But listen, it's been really nice talking to you. Okay, we'll do this one.
No, I don't mind doing that.
You got warm hands?
I'm always a bit paranoid these days. You know,
yeah, no.
Listen,
we're Generation X, mate. Yeah, we're Generation X. It's all good, mate. Nice talking to you. Speak soon.